All right, guys, welcome back. Going into the third hour here of week number 20. Adam, what's up?
Well, you're all back on the Swan Song. Maybe Securian, you're like on a break, or you've just come
Yeah.
back from your day of training. And I believe the plan was to discuss what to do to get your target away from the high beam fleet.
Okay, so there's like the din of practice battle behind me because they're always fighting because they're Vikings and they're drunk. And I'm like, have you considered calling her and asking her to make the purchase?
Oh my God, you guys should be. You're not on the ship. Maybe you're in like a mead hall somewhere.
I am. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
calling
that's so
in.
much. That's no. You should all be there. That'd be so much better.
They come to visit me. It's
Yeah,
like
do you,
family
do you
day.
invite us to come
Awesome.
visit you?
Sure, I don't fucking care.
Cool. So you guys are guests of a trainee of the like lodge of the Iron Wolf or whatever.
All right, then there's
And,
just fucking swirling meat everywhere as we're sitting there. And
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
at like a huge long table, and yeah, there's like shirtless dudes and yeah, it's just drunk Vikings, and it's great. So you're all
we've
there.
come too far not to get this payday. Have we considered calling Miss McCready or Crary and
Yeah.
having her pay for the ship?
I sent her a message last night, or when we saw him. I haven't heard back. May take a couple of days, but we do have the syndicate who was going to give us some money on top of it all to hand him over hand him over to them.
Ah.
So I'm just kind of waiting for that, I guess. I offered to buy the ship, but Piani keeps insisting that we shouldn't do that, so we're not going to do it.
Well, if the lady will buy it, then certainly it's an option.
It's an option. I mean, I guess I could tack on another message. Might take
mean-
even longer.
I don't know if 2 million credits is an option, but she could certainly end the problem right here.
Well, to her, the money's probably not the issue. It's just getting rid of her husband that's trying to have her killed.
Right? But she makes the purchase and we can do that for her.
It's true.
Well, that's what that was what I said, Yanni. That
Yeah.
was
I think I came up with a great idea.
no.
I'm already messaging it to her, Lady McCreary.
Okay, you make
So
the
you want to
best.
ask her like, hey, we need 2 mil for this
No.
ship?
Well, I add
But-
on like and say, if you want to buy this ship, we can make sure that either your husband disappears, or that you see him if that's what you want to do. But it's going to cost us around $2 million to get the ship with him inside of it right now, and they're not willing to sell it without him in it.
And as he's talking this through, I'm like, and explain that there's a fleet of pirates. It's not really an option to.
Yeah. I start out by saying a fleet of pirates has taken has
Right.
found your husband's ship with him in it, and they've offered it. They've offered it to us for $2 million. If you would like to cover this cost, we can definitely retrieve him and bring him back to you, or we can just slip in, kill him, and be done with it. You let us know.
Okay. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Is there any reason why she shouldn't just pay the pirates to kill him?
Is Lady McCrary capable of just suddenly contacting high beam pirates and
No, but I mean,
Playing
it's possible
devil's
that like the thing was public, so it's possible that they know there's a
Right.
bounty on him.
That's a good point.
They may know either about her bounty or you don't know if the Madari bounty is public either.
Right. Right.
Then, as we're discussing this, and someone smarter than all of us says that, like some Viking leans over, like, why doesn't she just say the fucking?
Olaf leans over. Well, have you considered?
Be like, then maybe our best bet is to poison him, and because it is dead or alive,
Mhm.
something that'll get us the mission accomplished without having to lay waste to a fleet of pirates.
Well, how about we just lie to her and say that we have him, but we can't get him off the sector unless we pay an extra
2
$2
million.
million to do so, because we're on some bumfuck planet where they're not very inviting of just having additional cargo from what you checked in with, as long as it doesn't clear the customs. I don't know. We could bullshit all fucking day.
Tell her she's in a pirate jail.
A pirate jail is the same thing as a pirate's den. That's not. Then she'll just call the pirates and same thing.
You can't just fucking call a pirate.
Yeah, but if she does, we're screwed. I mean, you're you're hinging this off that she can't, but if she does, we're screwed.
So what do you want to do?
Well, the other option, Mr. S, is that we just kind of go in there and
Kill him.
kill them. We get him alive and take his body out alive.
I like the poison idea.
He's not like the captain of the fleet, right? He's just a guy amongst the fleet.
Well, he's their prisoner, yeah.
No. The guy you're dealing with for the ship.
Yeah, as far as we know, he's just like in that gang.
Yeah.
Okay,
There
so
was
yeah.
12 of them as well.
Just where they were, not counting the hundreds that potentially will attack us because there's a fucking fleet there. So going the passive death route would probably be the best case.
Absolutely. I think if we can poison him or find him dead somehow.
Well, I already sent her the photo of him with Piani next to him, so maybe she's just going to think that we have him. I don't know. Maybe we'll wait a couple days and see what she says about that. And then we make a decision from there. Because otherwise, if we just go and kill him, then I'm just going to send her another message and say, well, he's dead now. Can you please pay us?
Yeah. The problem is that with Fang looming and wanting this as well, our window of opportunity is not super long, I would imagine.
It's true.
Yeah, and I mean, you can prove, like, a basic medical scanner can prove whether someone is alive or dead, right? You can send his, like, bioscan to her and be like, check it out, flatlined, he's toast.
Why don't we rationalize the pirates this way? We could pay for him some fee that obviously has to be quite a bit less than what we would get for the reward. They keep the ship and can sell for $2 million. We can even recommend it to people that would perhaps want the ship. Maybe the wife would want it for ironic sentimental value, or not sentimental, but out of spite. I don't know.
Spite was, yeah, that would be the word I would use there.
Spite.
And if they don't know about the bounty, we can make out like kings. If they do know about the bounty, then that's when maybe we go to plan B, which is that we get rid of the pirates on hand at the risk of a fleet being aware of it and then outnumbering us quite a bit.
Well, we never told him, Piani, you never told him that we were wanting it for him, right? You just...
Nope.
See, that's the angle we can play. I'm just very leery because the last time we thought of a plan, Adam smashed it in 2 seconds flat, and then the chat started making fun of us, and we got called idiots on YouTube for hours. But other than that,
this plan sounds like a lot better than the plan that you had before.
thanks.
That our plan was a fantastic plan. I can hear you guys on the comms.
You're in the room, dude.
No, I'm up on the tower.
Still, they all left. There's
We left.
Yeah, he's
No,
still up on the tower.
This is embarrassing, Steve. This is bad.
I'm just
I'm still
Prosper,
There's
you
a
can...
full conversation about how we visited me on the Viking planet.
No.
Prosper, you can come down
that all
from
happened,
there.
bro. That all happened.
Nah.
Did you lace your nachos with vodka? You're just like pile driving ship vodka right now. Like,
Man, look, I gotta get it somehow, okay? Alright.
I do
can
like the
heal
idea.
you because
I like the idea
I'm-
of Prosper still in the tower. They're like, guys, come in.
Yeah, guys,
There hasn't been movement for literally 7 days. What's going
I'm
on?
right here next to you.
go out the back.
I've eaten my own
I can
toenails.
hear
and
what
boogers.
you're talking about.
2 months later.
My lungs have liquefied.
Oh, he's just a pile of bones up on top of a tower. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
yep,
too afraid
good.
to climb down the stairs.
Was I climbing down the stairs
No,
as
you
it
were
happened?
too afraid, so you died of starvation.
Yep.
So yeah, I think the plan is, but what we said basically, we're gonna try to negotiate for just him and see where that takes us, I suppose.
Okay.
And then we can tell them we have leads on who they could sell the ship to. It's a really fun, I don't know, stuff like that to sweeten the deal.
So, great. Just, what if the pirates say, well, he's obviously worth more to you than the ship is, and then we're fucked either way?
I can use one of my amazing con stories to talk about how he's the murderer of my sister or some shit, and we just need him dead.
Great. All right.
It's worked really well for me in the past. I'm a super good con man.
Let's do it.
Olaf probably pipes in with like, why don't you just challenge this man to a drinking contest? And then when you win, he will be honor bound to do as you say.
Thanks,
That'll work.
Olaf.
For like the first time ever, Sakarian, or in the show at least, Sakarian is also kind of drunk and is like, Thunder Gun! You're still supposed to help me get a Thunder Gun. I didn't beat you 3 times in a row in an arm wrestling match and drink a keg of mead to not have a Thunder Gun.
He gets up and he's like, by Thor's hammer, it wasn't 3 times, 'twas only twice. And he's like rolling his sleeves up. He's like,
As he
I'll
does
fight.
it, I push the table over
I'll
as
fight
well.
you,
And
right?
it's-
All right, so and then the scene devolves into a
Yeah.
brawl.
Yeah.
Where
At that point, I
Sakarian-
lean over to Piani and I'm just like, "Can you just call him, please?"
All right, cool. So the whole
That's
place,
exactly what happens.
as soon as the small fight breaks out, the whole place becomes a large fight, and there's lots of wrestling, and yep,
Laughing and shit, though.
you know.
Prosper, who has finally made it into the room, is just looking on from the corner, just like, oh, yes, whoa. I like that move.
Nice.
Okay, you get suplexed by some blonde woman. She just comes running up and picks you up and suplexes you.
Oh,
I
show
really
me
like
how
that
that's
image.
done.
The way you said so many, like, okay, a woman suplexes you.
Yeah, just that's what happened. Sorry. All right. So I mean, I guess you guys go and sleep off your hangovers. The next day, who goes back to talk to Saito, or do you invite him to the ship, or where does that meeting happen?
So, well, Mr. Sakarian, you were gonna go.
How
Right.
far am I training? Am I cool to help them with his dealings now?
Yeah, I mean, you can interrupt your training to do this stuff. That's
All right.
fine.
I tell him I
You
let's
guys are
help.
going to be here a long time, so.
Yeah. Okay. We warrior grip and I say goodbye. I'll be back. It's just a week.
Do we all want to go then, or what do you guys think?
I will. Yes, I will go.
I go as well.
Okay.
Yep, let's all go.
Okay. Cool. So you, when you go to head out, you pass by another group of those like scarred dudes, the one-eyed dudes. But instead of them just like walking past this time, you notice that they're like kind of not like lurking near the ship, but they're definitely like here watching the ship as you come out.
They are
Yeah, Piani, you recognize them, and the rest of you don't really.
the psychic guys.
Yeah, the one-eyed dude and some other ones.
All right, I
There's like- there's like
I
three of
approach
them.
them.
There's a woman, a younger guy, and then the older one.
I approach them.
Okay, so their conversation like hushes as you approach, and he like looks you up and down.
Hello, friend.
He opens his mouth and like makes kind of like a rasping like noise, and you notice that he like doesn't have a tongue. He's like cut his tongue out, or someone else has, but you hear his voice in your head.
Okay.
And he says, "The one-eyed god is watching you, Piani."
Is that penis?
It's drama out the window.
Can I respond?
Yeah. You can think back at him.
Okay.
That'll form like a mental link, so you can have that conversation.
Okay. Oh, so you say? What's it mean?
We saw of your coming, and then he projects an image into your mind of a building out in the like industrial area that's it looks like run down from the outside, and there's like on the door there's like a big rune like drawn in like white paint. It looks like a ruin, like no one lives there, but he says he says, "Come to the well of memory and I will show you."
Where is it?
You know, like you could walk there right now. He just gives you the memory of like how to get there.
I mean, is he insinuating that I go now?
Fu.
No, he's just saying you can go, but he says like go there and we'll talk. But if you don't, like he's not threatening you or anything.
Okay. I say thank you.
Okay. Cool. They turn and leave.
All right. I guess we continue on.
Okay. All right. So you go back to the warehouse to meet with Saito. And this time when you get inside, the one of the ships they were stripping down is gone. Like they've taken it apart. There's some miscellaneous parts on the deck. There's another ship that looks like like a 2-person fighter that they're retrofitting. They're attaching some new guns to it, and then you can see the yacht still sitting where it was.
Okay.
Adam,
I guess
did you get my DM on Twitter before we move on?
No, but I will go take a look at
Okay.
it.
It just so you know that is happening.
Okay. I don't actually know what that is, but I will look it up right now.
Great. Sounds good.
Okay.
It's not that important. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure.
So I guess I just initiate the conversation and introduce.
Okay,
Jose Cook.
let me know when, because you have to turn it on, right? So let me know when you do that.
Yep, right when we walk into the...
Okay.
Like right before we walk in.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, so you want to introduce them to the rest of the crew? You were saying, Piani?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Saito, he seems like... He's like, okay. He introduces himself to everybody politely. Yeah, he tells you, he's Fleet Captain Saito, and probably like gently pokes fun at you about like, oh, so it takes 4 people to make this decision now. But he says, would you like to take another look around, examine the cargo any further?
Jose perks up when he says fleet captain and said, fleet captain? You're the captain of the whole fleet.
He laughs. He's like, oh, no. That's Fleet Admiral. I command a flotilla of several ships, though.
Not bad face again. Not bad. And then I kind of gesture to Piani or someone, I guess.
All right. So we need to talk about the deal.
You say that to Saito?
Yeah.
He nods. Yes, I assume that's what you were here for.
So we just want the guy.
He looks at you.
No, I'm sorry.
This is a like confirming with the
fourth
players.
wall.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
players.
that's fine.
Yes, that's what.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yep.
So, well, there's a sad tale to be told, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You've been upfront with me the whole time. We can't afford the ship. It's not. I think it's fucking ugly
Well, we
anyway.
don't want to purchase the ship. That's what Piani is trying to say.
You're right. You see, this guy, he did some horrible things to this man's family right here, and
I give the most like doe-eyed.
Bwah, bwah, bwah.
He's still trying. He hasn't yet succeeded as a con man, but he's trying.
and to be honest, we just want the fucking guy.
He kind of like eyes you. Let's make a roll to see if he believes you.
This time, persuade.
Can I
Business
help?
out the window.
I
Want
think
me to
'cause
help?
there's no deception. Yeah, it's just persuade. Yeah.
Can
just
I help?
persuade. Yes, you can help with your hangdog expression.
Yeah. As he says that, I kind of push forward. I'm like,
It's real.
I was a cook on a pirate ship a couple sectors away from here, and this man is some form of a tax collector from a big government type body. Real straight suit, gray suitors. Anyways, they went a little bit ham on my family, ended up claiming their lives because we couldn't make a payment on a debt. I'm sure as a pirate you understand.
Okay, go ahead and make your help roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Make the help roll.
Well, hang on. That's me.
It was good. I feel like your rolls will be affected by the speech you just gave.
Oh, God.
That's the way role playing works.
I think so.
You bet I helped, motherfucker! You
So
bet I
Yeah.
helped!
So I have a +2.
Yeah.
Great.
And this is the next hour, so you can re-roll this in case you...
No, I can't.
You
My
can't.
my
What?
power don't work like that, dog. I have to roll a success to get
Anybody
it
else
back.
want to help? Does anyone else have a story about this man?
Only one of you can help.
No!
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
God damn it.
All right. So he like looks at you like side-eyed, and he says, that is a very sad story, but I don't believe it. And he looks at you, Piani, and he says, why don't you just level with me? What do you want this man for? Are you bounty hunters? And he like looks at you. Is he worth something to you?
Do we look like bounty hunters to you?
He's not. It's not a bounty. We're just frankly, we're just trying to complete a job. The fucking guy, he's a son of a bitch. He hits his wife. He fucking sends people to fucking kill her. It's a domestic dispute. It's bullshit. I'm just fucking trying to make a goddamn dime.
He looks at you and he says, shakes his head. No, I don't think so. I'm sorry, the deal is off. We'll be keeping our property.
What do you mean you don't think so?
He says, this ship, this man, they belong to me, and I will do with them as I please. Now, and he looks at the door.
I step forward again and say, look, we got off on the wrong foot. You're a very powerful man with a flotilla at your disposal. We were intimidated. We're not used to dealing with people in your position. We need that man. What do you need that we can get him from you?
He says, you could buy him from me. I'm going to need a few days to decide on a fair sum.
Or a service, perhaps? It can't possibly just be money that you need as a man with so much at your disposal.
So when you say that, he says, service. Interesting. Do you have a ship?
We have a ship. We have a good crew. We have capabilities. I'm going to stop deceiving you now. We would like that man. It's been a long journey. He needs to go. We're willing to do things for him. So if you have any ideas, that'd be great.
He says, let me think on it. 24 hours. I'll call you.
I appreciate that.
He nods.
I usher for everyone then, I guess, to leave. We'll just give him our trust on that.
I do like 1 360.
Then I turn around and throw my monoblade through the guy's head.
I do like a 360 spin as we're going off very slowly, just to like get to survey the area. And then, yeah, it's like one of those. It's kind of like awkwardly like looking around, and then I'll look up and just keep on circling, and then I'll walk out with the rest of the crew.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, what do you guys do while you wait for Saito to get back to you? Or is it anything? Do we just want to jump to that?
I tell him I'm going to personally hang pretty close. Like, I'm not watching them, obviously. I'm not allowed to or anything like that, but I'm just in the area. Assault armor gear, just waiting.
I mean, did we go back to the Swan Song? Is that where we were returning to?
It's up to you, if you want. I want to know what
I guess I would confer with Wu on the status of the upgrades to the ship.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you get back to the ship, and the ship is like disassembled in a lot of ways. Like you can see right through it, and like they have to pull out all the power cabling and replace all of it.
Yeah.
And it's only been a few days, but he's like, "Yep, progress good."
Okay. Merci.
Okay.
Still have a question. Or go ahead. Go ahead, Prosper.
I was gonna like step on the ship, find a private space, just check in with Pi.
Okay. Sure. So you want to just be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Or
Yeah, pretty much. Just how are you feeling about the changeover of the power system? You feel comfortable? Everything is okay? Have you analyzed your memories further? Would you like to discuss anything?
I learned an interesting game. If you have time, I could teach it to you.
Let's
Peony,
play a game.
would you have told me about the game, Peony?
Would I know what?
Would you have told me about the game?
Probably not. But if I was really playing it as much as I was during that time, you probably caught me.
Yeah.
Every once in a while playing it. Right?
Yeah. So I probably say like, is that the game you are playing with Peony?
Yes, she's becoming quite good.
I am quite intrigued. Can you teach me?
I can.
Wonderful. Where do you know how you learned it?
I think I've always known how to play.
Interesting. Is there any significant memory associated with playing this game? Any notable opponents?
I think it's a very early memory. I've played this game a lot.
So you're very good.
I think so.
Please, show me. So, I play games.
Okay, cool. Can you make a tactics roll?
Okay.
Because you have tactics and Piani doesn't.
I do have
That's
tactics.
true.
How much tactics? Not a lot
You
of
guys
tactics.
are not good at rolls today.
Okay, so the game is like very complicated. It takes you a lot of time to like learn it, and you're having a hard time grasping some of the logic behind it.
Yeah.
Can you make a Maltech roll now?
Ooh, Maltech is better for me.
Yep.
8.
Okay. So you can't say for sure because you don't understand this game, but a lot of the early development of AI, where they were trained using exercises like this, hypothetical exercises, whether thought experiments or games. So this, you get the impression that this game was designed specifically to teach Pi something, but you don't understand the game well enough yet to know what.
But it's not clear that I can see what Pi is trying to be taught through this game. Okay, so I'm very interested in that. I think, like, I want to tuck that back in my brain. Do I know any other little games or thought experiments like this from my Maltech training?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know, at the end of, like, you know, the 100th game or whatever, I say, "Oh, l'enfant, you know, I think I read about something similar in a book once. Can I share it with you?"
I suppose.
Yeah, and it's like a hypothetical, philosophical, you know, like, maybe it's like one of those statements like this sentence is false or whatever. And it's like a cone, I think, really. It's like a Zen cone.
Yeah.
And I just say, you know, pay close attention to the wording because it does matter. But, and then I deliver this cone, and then I say, think about it for a minute or two, and then see if you can find deeper meanings within it. It is meant to bring, I give a general explanation of what this type of thought process is supposed to perform for humans, without it being explicit, like, this is going to awaken some things for you. So, and then I guess I'm also going to, like, if that's all of the interaction with l'enfant, then I would go back to Piani and bring to her my insight about the game and see if there's any research we could perform.
Okay. So how do you respond to that, Piani, when you find out that the game is like part of Pi's like learning program?
Do you think it's bad?
Oh, Miss Peak, I have to admit, I'm not entirely certain at the moment. I think that Pi is learning, and that is very important. And l'enfant's growth is my top priority at the moment. So I don't think that it is inherently bad, but I don't understand the game well enough yet. Can you teach me more from your perspective, Piani?
Sure, but I feel like you just want to learn so you can try to beat me.
Now I think you are just afraid that I will beat you right away.
So here's the thing. If you guys want to play the game together, you have to spend several thousand credits on tiny lead figures, and then you have to paint them.
It's already done, man. There's actually a space, like, group that does this. They're called Front Spaceline Gaming.
Nice.
And I've
been around for a long
some
time.
minis from them. Yeah.
So it's going to take you at least 10 hours to build the first model.
Right,
exactly.
at
All right. So you guys want to practice the game together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, if Piani has a better understanding of the game, I'd like to, like, have her maybe kickstart some of my comprehension so I can start piecing together what it's for.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So Higgs, when you're back on the ship, you have a message from the other Lord McCrary.
Okay.
And it's just a text message, and it says it's basically just like LOL for like a full line, and then it's like, I see that asshole got what was coming to him. If you want to finish the job, money's yours.
Son of a bitch.
I just kind of like maybe smile, then just swipe it down. I go and shut the door, and then a question for you, without revealing specifically what I'm talking about.
Yes.
How much space would this thing take up if I was to use it 24 hours a day and then dump it into a file on the server or on the ship server?
At this point, like, no, it's irrelevant. Like the ship servers have like
Then that's
thousands of petabytes of data available.
great. That's what I do then. Just passively from now till whenever.
Okay.
If I'm leaving the ship, this thing is on, and then when I get back to the ship, I dump all the data into my private.
Okay, so
storage.
we'll assume that unless you're separated from the ship by more than 24 hours, you can refer back and okay.
Yep. And I dump it all the way, or I dump it into like my private storage or whatever.
Okay.
And then I relay. I like forward that message to Piani that I got from Lady McCrary,
Okay.
and then just put like, "What do you think?" ?